Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And if you're new to this channel, then this channel is just about different ways we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul, so that we can lead our best lives. And today I'm just gonna jump right into it. So this video today is about learning how to reclaim your time as a stay-at-home mom. And this video has really been in my heart. Really, the topics that I'll discuss in this video has been in my heart for a really long time. Really, obviously, ever since I had my son, but also like navigating from working to being a stay-at-home mom. And these are just some of the tips that I've learned to implement and that I'm currently implementing that have really helped me have more of a comfortable experience. So let's get started. Okay, so just to get started, being a stay-at-home mom is honestly a blessing that I think America should reward more than it does. Either give us some type of like bonus or something where we can fund our lives, but also raise our children. Because it's literally the biggest responsibility anybody could have, taking care of children. Anybody who takes care of children, from caregivers to teachers, I don't think you could really ever pay them enough. Because I'm sure more than enough people experienced it during the pandemic when everything was shut down, how much work goes into taking care of your child, let alone when a teacher or caregiver has 10 other kids that they're caring for. But the thing that I really wanted to cover that I've noticed is that my little one wants me to change the channel. Say hi, Legend. Say hi. Look, say hi. Hi. You said it. Okay, I'm gonna change the channel for him real quick and I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. I'm so happy that happened because here he comes again. That is, he fell. You okay? That's just a perfect example of how much time goes into, here. That's a perfect example of how much time goes into taking care of your babies and being a stay-at-home mom. Now, the other thing about it is, unlike people, no, don't do that. Do it on this one. Unlike people who may clock in or clock out of a job, right? They're clocking in and then they're clocking out. When you are a stay-at-home mom, you have a job that lasts 24 hours. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you are responsible for your babies. And that's why it's important to make sure you're getting the time that you need for you. So the first thing that I wrote down for stay-at-home moms that's been helping me a lot is setting boundaries. And what I mean by setting boundaries, I mean that realistically speaking, you're only one person, right? So there's only so much that you're going to be able to do on your own without asking for some help or support from your village, from your tribe, from your support system. But in that, people still have requirements or tasks that they may be asking or requiring of you. The shift that I had that kind of helped me like navigate this a little bit more, and you would have to watch the video, but was a previous video where I talked about me quitting my job. And in that, I implemented a boundary of when enough is enough, when I'm having too much and I can no longer do it. So that could be a job, that could be a boundary that you're setting with a job. That could be a boundary where, you know, maybe you're helping somebody else or helping others with some task and you're like, hey, look, I can only do so much. Hey, but whatever it is, you have a limit to things, you know, because especially as moms and women, really, we tend to be very like giving, like, oh, I want to help you. I want to help you. I can help you too. And before you know it, we've extended all these responsibilities and we have yet to even prioritize something for ourselves. And if you don't do that, if you don't have those firm boundaries set in place, then you're going to burn out. And at first, when you set these boundaries, it's gonna seem selfish because you are prioritizing self first. But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. And that's what I had to learn. And that's what I'm still learning with myself, because sometimes I still feel like even when I set my boundaries, the boundaries are set, but I kind of look over the board and I'm like, you're getting kind of close. Instead of being like, hey, you're close, back it up. I'm like a little timid about it, but that's something that I'm working on. And those boundaries, give me this, I need it. Those boundaries are what's gonna help you keep everything you need in place. It's gonna help you keep organized. And more than anything, it's gonna help you prioritize what you need, taking care of yourself. Because the biggest example that I always say is, in case of an emergency on an airplane, they tell you to strap on your mask first. When you have those boundaries, it's clear. I need this first before I can commit to others. And that's hard to do, especially like when you have a little one, like how he just showed you guys. Like, he's persistent. And if I didn't change that channel for him, which it didn't matter because he came back over here anyway, but he was not going to let me do what I'm doing right now. And he's still young, so we're still working on him. Like, no, you need to go sit over there. You need to listen. We're still working on that. But, you know, even when your kids get older, you have to know, like, hey, the same way you have time where you go to your room and you need a moment. You want to come up here? Why don't you come up here first and then grab the pen? There you go. Is the same way that you have to have the boundaries in place for everything else. The second thing that I'm still learning how to do is to delegate tasks. And this is important because I'm going to be completely transparent with you. Especially as a mom, sometimes I feel like I can do way too much and I don't have to, because I'm not a single mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And even if you are a single mom, you have a village, you have grandparents, you have aunts and uncles and trusted people you love who can help you with things. Don't be timid to delegate tasks. Now, I'm going to share my personal experience, right? So in my experience, like, I may have a list of things that need to be done. And I'm literally, like, in my head, I'm looking at the dishes that need to be done. I'm looking at the laundry that's piling up. The bathroom, you know, the counter throughout the week, it starts to get cluttered because you start taking things out the drawer and stuff. I'm seeing this stuff. And in my head, I'm making note that it needs to be done. Terry does not think I feel like he doesn't think in his head, like, oh, the counter's messy. Let me organize the counter. The laundry's getting kind of high. Let me wash a load. He's not thinking that. Now, he does pick up, like, if Legend puts out toys and stuff like that, he will pick the toys up and put those away. If Legend, you know, makes a mess with crumbs and stuff like that, just like the more kind of like, maybe like the more he was there to witness the destruction of it, he'll definitely clean that up. But all the other little tasks that I have stored in my head or on my to-do list, he doesn't always seem to prioritize the same way I do. And also on top of that, he's more than willing to do it. So if I'm like, hey, I need this cleaned, I need this done, please, he'll do it without a problem. Okay, cool, sure. And sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I forget that I don't have to be superwoman, super mom, the strong black woman. Like, I don't have to do that. I can ask for help from, he's in my tribe, but I can ask for help for people who love and support me. And that's probably something that I'm still working on in motherhood, because that's something that I work on personally. Like, me personally, outside of being a mother, I have a hard time asking people for help. And that's definitely something you can work on if you also find yourself doing that, because if you don't manage, like, feeling comfortable with delegating tasks or feeling comfortable with asking for help, you may miss blessings and opportunities to receive help that can actually, like, be progressive for you. And it can lead to burnout. And the biggest thing is, if you can't take care of yourself, then you're not going to be able to take care of your babies. And if you want to take care of your family and you want everyone to be happy and fueled and excited, then you got to take care of yourself. I seen this one post and I agreed completely from personal experience as a mom, but also like my upbringing. It said that a household, the children in the household are only as happy as the mother. And that really stuck to me. And I thought about it and I was like, okay. Because I think about some moms that I know and I think about their children and some of my friends and I think about their mom and I'm like, it makes sense. I don't think that's wrong. And I want my son and my bonus babies to always have like a fun and positive experience. And I'm human, so I can't always be like upbeat, have fun all the time, no. But for the most part, I feel like as a person, I'm pretty even-tempered. And I want my children to see that. I want my children to see, okay, they're good. She has a good time. She's fine. And also, it helps them see how you manage stress in situations. And so to bring it all back together, because it kind of went all over the place, but to bring it back together, delegate those tasks. Hey, I need this done. Hey, I need this done. Hey, I need this done. And again, if you have like people in your tribe who support you and love you and do it, like that's a blessing in itself. So give gratitude and be thankful for them, but let them know, hey, I need this done. Hey, I need help here. And it's going to take a lot of pressure off you. You don't have to do it all. And on top of that, you don't have to do it all today. That's another thing I'm guilty of. Like I will literally like write a to-do list that starts at the top of the page and ends at the bottom. And somewhere in my head, I feel like it all has to be done now, today. And it doesn't. Even things that have a deadline, like how I'm still enrolled in school and I graduate in May. Even those things with the deadline, they're going to get done. They're going to get done. And the assignment 9 times out of 10 says due at 11:59. If I turn it in at 11:58, I still turned it in on time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to get done. Be organized, prioritize, but just know you can ask for help. Delegate those tasks and it doesn't all have to be done today. I'm working on that one. Okay, the next one that's a really big priority that I'm trying to really implement and that I kicked off last year is prioritize self-care. So for stay-at-home moms, right, a lot of our time goes into caring and loving our family, our household, preparing and taking care of our family and our household. And sometimes we end up neglecting like things that help take care of us. So if that's working out, reading a book, going for a walk, even just having time to sit on your phone and scroll, doing your nails, doing your hair, getting your hair done, whatever it is, finding time to prioritize that. And when I mean finding time, I mean literally blocking off your schedule. Like from this time to this time, I could do whatever. From this time to this time, I could do whatever. But my workout time is my workout time. And that kind of goes with the delegation of tasks, because the best way to do that is to find a system that works. So for an example, what we do right now to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone is while I'm working out, the boys will go to the grocery store and get all the grocery shopping done. And that's the way, while I'm working out, they're grocery shopping. And we have what we need. And in theory, if you think about it, you're like, okay, well, you know, maybe I can do one big haul. You know what I'm saying? And then since I have my haul out the way, then I can find times throughout, you know, the days to put in whatever tasks need to be done. You can, you know, implement it however you need to. That's going to work best for you. But you have to have those times that are sketched out. And in that, when you make those adjustments, like because it's all about a system, because it's all about teamwork, I like to at least try to give notice. So for right now, right, I prioritized, Tuesday and Thursdays and Saturday and Sunday as my workout days. And I tend to stick to the same time. So I tell him like, hey, at this time, I'm working out. You already know. Anything that, and see, with because y'all know I love Hotworks. I go to Hotworks. Luckily with Hotworks, like you book your times. So it kind of gives me like a little bit more commitment than just having to show up at this gym. But it'd be the same thing if you have a class. So it's like, okay, I booked for this class. Everything else is gonna kind of have to center around the class. And of course, if it's something that's important, then yeah, you can be like, okay, I can, get this up or switch times, but stick to it. Those are your times. That has to happen. I notice like a lot of times, like with women and with moms, we'll kind of make compromises. Like we'll be like, okay, well, I guess we can do this instead. Or okay, I guess we can do that instead. But like with men, 9 times out of 10, they're sticking to it. Like if their Saturdays, they go hoop, they're going to go hoop on Saturday. If you're like, okay, we're gonna budget for yada yada, and you're like, as a mom, you're like, oh, I guess I don't have to get my nails done, and the dad's like, oh, that's the money for the NFL package, oh nah, we keeping that. Like he's gonna stick to what he wants. So you have to find the same energy to do that for yourself. And it's not a bad thing. Yeah, of course, sacrifices will be made when it's necessary, but you do have to find a way to prioritize that time because it's essential. That's the time when you're rebuilding you. That's the time when you're checking in with self, mind, body, soul. You have to recharge, You have to recharge yourself in those moments. And you can't recharge yourself if you don't give yourself that time to rest. He took my book that has my notes, so let me go get that and then I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm gonna wrap up the last two. They kind of go together. So the first one that I'm gonna talk about as we wrap up is celebrate small wins. Complete transparency. There are days where I lay down and I literally tell myself, like, I did what I could today. Like, I'm a little tired. There are some things on the to-do list that were supposed to get done today that didn't. But I literally gave the day my all. And I tell myself, I'm alive. I'm fed. I have a place to sleep. We can watch TV and be like in a comfortable zone. We can like cuddle and eat dessert, before bed. Like, that's something to be thankful for. That's something to be grateful about. And in the midst of all that, I kept he's not 2 yet, he's turning 2, but I kept my baby alive all day long. He kept me alive all day long. We coexisted in the best way. I learned a little bit about him. He learned a little bit about me. Good. I'm like, okay, I got 2 or 3, maybe 4 things done on the to-do list that really needed to get done. Good job. I vacuumed today. I tried to make it a priority to vacuum the floor because, little ones, they like to get crumbs all over the place. It was vacuumed. And that is great that I was able to do that. So that's a small win. Clap for it. And to remember that they add up. So if I have a whole bunch of small wins, it's just like, the NBA season. They have 82 games a season. If they look at the whole season, or anyone, and you're like, okay, we want to win this amount of games, or we want to win this percentage, then it can be overwhelming. But if you're like, okay, we won this game, okay, we won that game, and then before you know it, you're like, dang, we won, set amount of games. Like, we did really, really well. So all those small wins, they add up to a big win. They add up to what you need. So just be present and celebrate the fact that you're accomplishing anything at all. Because there are a lot of people out here who are not accomplishing goals. And you are accomplishing your goal of taking care of yourself and others. Hats off to you. The last one that I wanted to cover is to continue to accomplish your personal goals. So I think all moms, or most moms, could admit that at some point of time, they had goals that they wanted for themselves that exist outside of motherhood. So for some people, it may be like a career goal. For some people, it may be like a physical goal. So maybe something with your fitness that you're working on. You want to say hi again? Say hi. It can be something that you're working on continue to work toward those goals and continue to accomplish those goals because they matter. And if you can find fulfillment in things that make you happy, you're going to be, don't jump off. You're going to be a better person to be around for your family. Quick story too. When I worked at my last job, I remember like Terry would tell me a lot, like, you're not in a good mood. Like you're really hard to be around. Stop. It's not cooked. We have to make them. You can shake them. You can shake them. Shake them. Shake. You're really hard to be around. And that's what he would tell me. And I noticed like the biggest problem with it, is that I was hard to be around because I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't doing something that was making me happy. And the biggest thing that I noticed is that once I started to do things that fulfilled me and started to have more time to focus in on those goals that exist for me outside of motherhood, outside of being a girlfriend, if you're a wife, whatever your dynamic is, when you start to focus on accomplishing those goals, then you can also see success for yourself on a whole. Because a lot of times staying at home, especially like if you literally stay at home and you don't go anywhere, like some people go to the park this day or go over here or drive out of town, like, and do all this stuff. If you're literally just staying at home and working on, cleaning and getting this done and any of your other personal goals in-house, it can be tough. It can be really tough. And sometimes like I'll even just make us go for a walk. Like we just need to get out of the house. We need to air it out. Accomplishing those small goals, big goals, personal goals that you have for yourself, it's gonna help you feel fulfilled. It's gonna help you feel empowered so that okay, I accomplished this goal. So now, cleaning up the house or changing the diapers or doing whatever it is that I have to do is this small compared to the other things I'm accomplishing because I can do it. I can do it. And it's gonna give you the confidence that you need. So I didn't really want to take up a lot of time, but these are just really important points that I just wanted to just cover and to discuss. And also in terms of all the discipline and all the accomplishments, I do have a challenge that's coming up for February. So I will be announcing that in a couple of days. But it's basically going to be a way for you to focus in and love on yourself so that you can accomplish goals. And I notice, especially with fitness and health, once you start accomplishing and prioritizing those goals, it's like something clicks in your mind. And you're like, okay, if I could do that, I could do this. If I could do that, I could do this or that. And then this. And then before you know it, like you're crushing goals that you have. And that's the point. So yes, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're feeling about this video, or if you can relate to anything that I've said, because I know I said a lot. But yeah, don't forget, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. Take care of yourself, mama, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.